They're just gonna run it back. I love it. I love Zhao use Pango.
Pango Willa. Why
Comfort
not?
did well last game. It's available. Why would you not pick it up again? You know.
Yep.
They're gonna have like lots of control between these two. It's
I didn't know if that was the end of your
no,
sentence.
sorry. I was trying to like form my words properly. I was gonna say like, but I was thinking between them they can cancel like shackles and stuff as well. I'm like
Right.
trying to think of how they can protect their Medusa. There's just like long range fear if you get Ether Lens. I don't know what he likes to itemize. As well, like Pango will get blink and be able to just disrupt the backline. Brewmaster, usually they want to play greedy and get like the Axe Refresher and stuff, but if he doesn't get an Eon Disc, he's never gonna be able to break out of Pango's like roll stun. I don't know if he even needs a BQ. No, he wouldn't go BQB. But Pango has enough lockdown that Brewmaster will really struggle to get his ult off this game if they are the ones starting fights on RSG.
The morph as well. If you wanna walk me through that one, gods.
I mean, 23 Savage likes this hero. I would say it's not being picked necessarily for the carry matchup. I wouldn't consider like Morph this like great Medusa counter or anything. I think they feel like they've already got Medusa answers.
He's actually not that bad anymore, I think. Or right now.
It's not bad.
No, because the Axe is really good.
Oh, against Medusa?
Yeah, because
Okay.
you like steal her stats, and she likes to buy. Yeah, she doesn't like to buy like big stats, right?
Okay.
She's like a Dragon Lance, whatever, Scotty.
Yeah.
That's whatever. You just steal it.
That makes a lot of sense. I hope we get to see that. Because I feel like every time I feel like I've seen the morph, I'm like, okay, this would be a good Axe Morphling game. They never go it. So I really
You want to see it?
let's have it happen.
Is it also comfort for Talon?
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
23 Savage is like easily. I mean, I was gonna say easily top 3 morph, but I would say he's the best morph in C.
Okay, I think you're gonna go world again. You know, you said that a lot yesterday about a lot of players.
In the world.
When we say C, you know, it basically is the world. You know, this is the best
so
region.
true. That's
So true.
The best Dota. Top 3 in the best Dota region. That's all you have to say.
But yeah, I think this morph should have a morph. I used to get picked a lot against the Pango because Pango's laning stage was a bit weak. I think it's gotten a bit better with like this new like more emphasis on shield crash, but there's just no real kill threat on the morphling. And he can always just efficiently use his regen with the morph stats. So should have a pretty good game. I think the early morph into Pango is pretty nice too. Just gives you that kind of little extra bit of kind of chase and catch.
I'm a little concerned about RSG's control over all these heroes now, because if you're focusing on stopping Brew from using his ult, you are not controlling Morphling. They don't have any instant like stuns for him either.
Very different, I feel, to last game where they had a lot of that control, the lockdown, and then this time
It's a bit rougher.
Yeah, and that's where I think the morphling pick makes a lot of sense. Like, it always feels nice playing this hero when there's no stuns, so...
Yeah.
They're looking to find a way to maybe burst and have answers for morphling with this quad pick. It's that, like, you know, Sonic Wave, kill a morph maybe from full health if he's too agi morph, so... Instant Lina response. So Talon are like, okay, we have last pick of the draft, we're going to make sure we get that good mid matchup.
for sure. Both of the drafts are done, which means I'm going to bring in Danog and Basskip, and I'm going to ask them, Danog, do you like this for Talon? Is it a good look? Is this something that can push us to a game 3 potentially?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm always going to be a big fan of Talon. I feel like this season they've done a lot of work, and like the panel has said, 23 Savage, Morphling, something that has to be feared. Makoto, good matchup against the Quap, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop this Bruce split from going off this entire game. What's going to do it? I mean, Zhao, you played a pretty damn good game number 1, but he needs to be basically perfect this game if it's going to happen.
And Basskip, are you swaying to either team with the drafts?
Yeah, I think I'm along the lines of Talon as well. I'm really hoping for that redemption game for KP. I believe in the Brewmaster at least a little bit. I want it to be good. You know, maybe that's copium, but we'll see.
We've all been there. I'm a big fan of Lina, and so I'm instantly just going to say Talon 100% going to win this.
I'm actually complete same. Like, I think they have loads of lockdown, good lanes, like just good matchups. It's 23 Savage Morph. This is like freest Talon game of my life.
If I'm the 5th person, we're just screwing over Talon with jinxing.
So you're just
Do
going to
it.
say
Jinx
RSG?
them right now. Do it.
RSG have got it, but
Oh,
happy
you're
birthday. So happy birthday, KP. I'm not going to predict Talon. That's your birthday present, KP. I'm not jinxing you. RSG have got game 2.
The one and only thing you'll ever get from gods is we are jumping into game number 2.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Yeah, no,
Do you think
I don't know.
the caster curse, you think it's going to be a factor this game?
I think it could be. We'll see. But is there a birthday curse? Do players tend to win on their birthday or do they lose? I don't know. I guess we're putting it to the test here.
Yeah, it's about 50-50. Anything in his life is 50-50, right? Either
Yeah,
happens
it's
or it
just
doesn't.
always about exactly. It's just about 50-50. Yeah. The more I'm looking at it, this looks like a really scary Morphling game. I feel like he can get away with it a lot. You gotta be careful here. That is a bit of a Ravage coming out, though. Can they keep the chase going is the question. Xiaoyu jumping forward aggressively. Stick charge is gonna keep him alive. All right, two-man LSA coming out from Makoto. Damage onto Xiaoyu, but Roger gonna keep him alive. And, well, in the end, just gonna be some damage traded.
How do you feel about the LSA being leveled up first, though? You know, it might hinder that first wave of experience coming through. You know, maybe they get a couple of denies off, and that means that you're not quite as effective as that leaner in the lane.
I don't think it's that bad compared to picking up the Dragon Slave. It is even more damage compared to just picking up the Dragon Slave. So I don't know how uncommon this is. I'm not a mid lane player. Don't take anything I say as gospel. How many Bannerins are we gonna have here? There's still one left to be picked up, and it will be 3 for Talon at the start of the game here.
Q just even trying to man fight against Xiao Bonbon, using the Nyx Assassin's good base regen alongside that Tango, but he's eventually going to be forced back a little bit. Exilo knows that there's this Observer Ward to the left side of the lane as well. He made sure to scout that out with his body. I'm just a little bit worried that with the Light Strike Array, he does land it, but it means that you have to get a little bit closer to get that one off, and that might just make you primed to getting hit by the Shadow Strike and allow you to trade perhaps a little bit better on the Quap.
Yeah. Is this a laning matchup where Quap even gets Dagger? I don't know how easy it is to walk up and dagger the Lina with her attack range.
Oh, it's not. That's why I was like, maybe with the 1 point in Light Strike Array you could, just because you need to get so much closer, but still hasn't put a single point into anything just yet.
Oh, Bonbon wants this courier, but he can't get it. Okay, nice micro from Q. Bonbon once again going for this boot start, so very much signaling that he's not super interested in playing the lane, just wants to block the camp, maybe go stack for the Dusa. Makoto under the tower here. Just put some pressure on. Actually, pressure at bottom as well under Roger. A couple more auto attacks might do it. Tries to hide in the tree line, but down he goes. This is such a rough lane for for RSG, right? There's nothing that you can do. You've got no stuns, so if Shackle comes out, or you just start getting run at, and you can just kind of look at them.
It's a bit of a do-nothing lane. You know, we saw it. I don't think it was the IO. I think it was a Tree Protector or something like that in a series yesterday with Enigma Galaxy C and Execration, and it just meant like an off-lane puck was able to have a high level of impact because there was no pressure put onto it. It's going to be kind of the same sort of thing going this way, although of course Brewmaster is a much more standard off-laner, but it puts the risk of you dying on this IO when you're trying to make space, because you just don't do it.
And the scary thing, I think, for RSG this game, well, the thing that makes it tricky is that, oh, excellent, are you dead here? Makoto? Nuke? Nope. Well, going to be forced all the way out of the lane at 30 HP. Doesn't even have bottle yet. This is a 12-7 versus 3-0 mid lane. I know the panel said that this is definitely the counter pick, but this is absolutely brutal what is happening on mid currently.
Absolutely. I mean, you're just not able to get anything done here, and you're not even like Quap isn't one of those heroes that, like the Kunkka, the Lina, for example, that's super capable of going and taking the small camp very easily. Maybe with 3 points in the Scream of Pain, but until then, you're just going to get bullied out consistently. Even looking to remove the salve there as Roger dies again on that bottom side.
Yep, and Hyde just able to limp away. Got a little bit of extra HP from the shackles, definitely coming in handy there. And poor Exilor, could he just get this bottle? He's back down to 100 HP. He doesn't want to ferry another salve, and he's actually just going to go blinking back towards the fountain. That's brutal. Well, at least Xiaoyu's having a good game.
Lina later on as well. Oh, he is actually up at 19-2 on the CS charts. With that level 3 on Savage, he feels confident of being able to waveform forward.
Yeah, pressure on the Q. He's got some stick charges, but that's not going to help him. She dies with the spiked Carapace available there. Don't know if it would have saved him.
Every little bit helps. But yeah, I mean, you think about the late game with this Lina against the Queen of Pain. there's nothing really that the Queen of Pain is going to offer. Maybe like, you know, the AoE ultimate that Alina isn't able to do just as well. And I feel like Lina's damage is just so much more consistent. She's even getting bottle refills happening. So kind of happy that the Nyx Assassin ended up dying on that top side. Oh, Sharp on bot.
Oh,
gets
denied
the
it.
water room denied.
Nice, but
I
Hyde
took
is
a
actually
protect
camping
on
the
that.
other one. So they are
Oh my God.
giving Exelern the full treatment this game. He's getting the business. Man. So, anybody want to... do we need a support to die to get a refill here at mid? This cannot go on. This cannot be allowed to continue. Like, but they don't even have supports to gank the Lina either. Makoto can play however he wants because what's Wisp gonna do? Like,
Maybe now the Willow can look to make a rotation now that the Pango's level 5, you know, much lower on the cooldowns for a lot of his abilities, so he's able to perhaps be a little bit more aggressive and survivable in lane. But
Q
Q
is
putting a
just
stop
all-
to that.
yeah, he's all over this this stack plan. And this is the thing when you go for these boots first, you really signal your intentions. And you've got the Medusa on your team. And you were talking about the Lina, you know, the lane's looking great, the late game's looking good. Lina's even amazing against Dusa. But,
Io's here.
he's doing his best, but what's he gonna do? Watch him just get some CS? They're getting some.
Yeah, like he was saying, Savage is dropping kind of low up on this top side. He's about half.
Yeah,
health.
yeah, he's
Needs to be a
going
little bit
for it.
careful.
Okay, he's alive for now, but if there was one more spell, I think he would be in very big trouble.
Yeah, one more spell, one more earn charge. Unfortunately, use the one there just to try and secure the kill. It's the salve being given over. But yeah,
He
like you were
pressure on
saying.
the MKS. Is he? I
Oh.
don't think he's in that much trouble. He hasn't put the monitor on yet, but he's slapping him. Sorry, you were saying?
With the Lina being a good counter against the Medusa, well, not necessarily a counter, but a good matchup. It's just the attack range, right? That's how you want to be able to reduce the impact of that Dusa. Just try and outrange her, do damage, which she can't respond to.
Yeah, and it's not like there's a whole lot to jump in and lock down the Lina and get the Dusa to close the gap this game. So if Dusa ever wants to hit Lina, you're waddling up, right? And, the Lina is going to be able to kite away, get some auto attacks on you, and I feel like a lot of Linas I've seen it mostly just go for right click items as well, right? It's not uncommon to see like these BOT Shadow Blades, like MKB
Great Skadi
kind of
game.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Morphling probably wants
Scotty,
to build
BKB,
it, but, yeah.
like that kind of thing. So pretty spooky, especially with this kind of start. You kind of do whatever you want, really, on Makoto.
Oh, can we talk about the net worth of this Queen of Pain against the Lina, though? Already half the net worth at the 7-minute mark. It's not going to get any easier as well. You know, 2-level advantage, not quite as capable of clearing camps. He's been forced to go back to try and clear the small camp with a little bit of assistance from the rest of his team. But Q just continuing to be annoying. We're seeing a lot of these sentry wards drop down because they think that a lot of these camps are blocked, but he's just doing it himself.
Yeah, he's just being a pain. Okay, we do have a bit of a rotation here from Xiaoyu. What can they actually get? Will it just be Hyde? That's kind of the question. Actually going to hold off on the Rolling Thunder and just let MKS auto-attack that one down. So,
That's actually really important that they didn't use the Rolling Thunder. It means that with this Clarity popped, with a couple of earn charges, they're free to maybe make a rotation towards this mid lane. Exilone with the Sonic Wave available, so maybe they might try and look for a kill here, but he's going to be walking right underneath that vision.
yeah, I think he walked past 2 different lanes on his way down. His way over here, so.
I heard a
Oh,
Primal
and
Split being
MKS
dropped
dies
as
with
well.
the Primal Split. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. Well, rough start for the Dusa. There's not going to be a whole lot of room on the map to catch up because your supports are not in a great spot. Your mid lane's not in a great spot.
The stacks are being blocked.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a single stack so far here. Roger's dead as well. Over in the river, just trying to snag that 8-minute rune away. Yeah, where's the bright spot here, Danog? Where's the silver lining? At least, you know, Xiaoyu having a good game. We just need some Rolling Thunder action. See what he can do.
Oh, he's trying
Jumping
to
in on
make
the
it happen
23
on the
Savage!
Savage.
Okay, no. Got
Just
the
got
more.
the I mean, that's the sort of play that you have to make. I said you need to basically play a perfect
no,
game. You need to be able to make
MKS
this
not
work.
again. You just TP'd down here. Okay, Xiaoyu on the case, but again, no roll. So he's just down here kind of for moral support.
And then he was the second
poking at
TP
them
as
a
well
little bit.
after the IO, so it was that long TP. Although,
Alright, just trying to walk this one off. Drunken Brawler doing its job. Misses. Okay, not quite. Not quite enough. It looks like Hyde might also be going down here. They get a little bit of a slow. Roger's throwing out some taunts, and they will just go for the dive. Nice little last.
Hyde was a little bit of a spectator in that fight as well. He just stood there watching all of that happen. And maybe if he lands that hex onto someone, they don't get the kill onto KP. Might end up giving away his life, but well, it's a big recovery for this bottom side, especially with the heroes that are able to get the kills.
And they walk straight into this stack. They don't have any stacks of their own, but they're more than happy to steal this carefully curated stack away from Hyde.
Thinking it a little bit, making a rotation. I feel like not enough emphasis was given onto the Lina as well this patch. The fact that Laguna Blade now costs 150 mana instead of the 250 at level 1. Like, it's so much early pressure that Lina honestly didn't need.
And it really enables the, like, oh, I don't need to buy a Yules or whatever kind of build, right? I think that's where we've been seeing a lot more of this, getting away with your BOTs and stuff. Interesting, Makoto, with the start that he's had, is actually just rushing BKB. I find that a little bit surprising, but maybe just also represents the kind of pace that they want to play this game.
Yeah, a little bit odd. What's going to stop you, right? It's basically only going to be that Stone Gaze and Sonic Wave push away that's going to be able to prevent a lot of the pressure coming out. And I guess they really favored this this Morphling matchup against the Medusa. I don't personally, but must feel that sort of way. Looking to just kill the Medusa time after time, put a lot of that early pressure on so that she never gets to that stage.
Yeah, Savage does have the Diffu queued up. I think pretty natural item build this game. He's going to be going for the Manta before that. So I guess imagining that the vessel's going to be coming out of the Pangolier definitely wants a way to deal with that. Still very static lanes at the moment. It feels later in the game than it actually is, just because of how quickly we had like desperation rotations to mid lane to try and save things.
Another boy gets another kill.
Yeah, another Primal Split, another kill. Q is still just running around the Radiant Triangle constantly. Like he pokes in, they come and shoo him away. He comes back, says, "Are you making any stacks in here, guys?" They have managed. Yeah, knocks on the door. He doesn't. Well, actually, he probably doesn't even knock. Right? He's just walking straight in.
Scuttles in like a cockroach.
Are you stacking, son? What's happening?
Are you winning? No? Okay. Stay that way.
Yeah, normally I would associate this kind of play with the Weaver, right? You're constantly running into the enemy triangle, you're blocking camps, just making it happen on the other bugs this game.
And it kind of is just further towards the point that I was saying, like, what is going to stop you from getting this Primal Split off? Same sort of thing. What's going to stop you from locking down this Nyx and doing whatever the hell he wants?
Trouble. He's holding the Spike Carapace until the very last moment, but I don't think there's any health that's really going to be coming. Jay's still chasing. One more Swashbuckle is going to finish the job. But Talon have already successfully opened up the map, taking that bot tower, so reaping the rewards there. KP just farming up. He's also just going for a vessel, so hardly any greed at all on the side of Talon. Really just looking to punish this Dusa as fast as they can.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to lose that top tower. I have to wonder, like, you're very close to being able to pick up this BKB on Makoto. And I normally hate it when teams try and make a play when...
Reload with bottom. Okay, KP doesn't have the split, so looking like he will be brought down here. He's trying to hide inside of the tree lines. He's tanking up. It's how you can't find the angle to get into this weird little spot. But they still get the kill in the end anyway. Not taking anyone back to top, unfortunately. So Roger just going to return back to Medusa.
So the big thing for mine is I'm just looking at this Manta style timing and on the Medusa and how it's actually going to coincide with the BKB on Makoto. It looks like Makoto's going to hit it very slightly sooner. And he's also going to have his level 12 available. You need to make a rotation happen with this Brewmaster now that you've got the Spirit Vessel, because Dusa, one of the best heroes to use the Spirit Vessel onto you if you have no way to dispel it. And until that Manta's available, you don't. It's based on current HP. You're always going to lose the mana first, so it just has that maximum level of effectiveness in terms of the damage output.
And they absolutely need it against the Wisp as well, right? RSG, they picked this 1-2 punch of a combo. The Wisp is sitting there buffing up Medusa, keeping her healthy, and you really, really need to mitigate that as much as humanly possible. And yeah, I'm very interested to see where this this immediate BKB takes Talon in terms of what plays they make. They're already smoked up. Nyx Assassin leading the way with the Vendetta, heading towards mid. Mid tier 1 is pretty low. And that's the obvious target for them here. Mikoto just going to walk up. Jay thinking about using the Rolling Thunder over the trees. And Bonbon kind of poking, but it looks like in the end it's just going to be the tier 1 tower kind of going down 4-3. They do not know that the rest of Talon is sitting right here behind Mikoto. One more touch for the tower. They bring it down. Jiaoyu actually going to look for the turnaround here. Sonic Wave coming at Mikoto. Presses the BKB at just the right moment. And just going to look to auto-attack down the Pangolier. Can't quite get it. Hyde trying to retreat out of this fight. There's a very angry Medusa right on top of him. And Savage also choosing to turn up here. They still can't finish off the Pango. KP's trying to do it with the Pandas. It's one last punch from the Fire Panda that will do it. They've got the Quap up in the air, can check that debuff duration. Mikoto doesn't actually have the stun, but Q does. KP runs up onto the high ground, finds Bonbon, and it's an immediate buyback from Jiaoyu as he wants to keep this fight going. KP getting chased. Looks like he should be brought down here. That might be the last casualty of this fight. A couple more auto attacks from this double damage Quap doing the job. And RSG still looking to press forward onto this mid-tier 1 tower now.
It's a big buyback expended to be able to secure that kill onto KP, but honestly, I feel like RSG got out of that one pretty damn well. You know, being able to get 2 of the return kills, Mass Serpent Words wasn't used, and that was the first BKB charge as well.
Yeah, if you're going first out in BKB, I think you want a much more dominant fight than that. Q, gotta be careful. There is a Sentry Ward down here. Nice 2-man stun, though. Big lockdown. Makoto comes in from the side. Doesn't have a huge amount of mana. MK's just locked down. Roger, nothing that he can do except sit here, tether, overcharge, and hope that that's enough. MKS getting stunned up. As he just tries to split shot his way through the fight, they will just barely get Hyde. Bonbon from downtown with the long-range Shadow Realm there. But they do end up losing 2
that we were looking for with, you know,
yeah,
be able to take it.
That's a little bit more like it. And I think that's just the Morphling actually getting to engage and do something, right? Savage was a little bit late to the previous fight. Not that I think that was the plan, right? I think they just wanted the mid-tier 1 kind of for free. Fight if it happens.
AP pretty standard build, looking to go into the Aghanim Scepter. Doesn't have any of those Spirit Vessel charges though. That's one of the downsides of him just being on the sidelines for the majority of that time. And you still got the 1 charge available on the Pangolier, so I wonder if they might look to make a bit of an aggressive play now on their end, because you've got Exilern, just had the Sonic Wave come back up. And it's going to be a tiny bit of time until the Morphling gets the Manta style. I wonder if you want to try and make something happen before then, but doesn't seem like they're really positioned to do so. He's only 300 or so gold away.
They are going to get both of these D wards here. So if there is to be a smoke, let's see. They've got 2 smokes on the Willow, and they've got 1 smoke on Roger. He's already looking towards a gem. And they're just gonna force a fight by walking into the Roche. They certainly could. You know, they got the snakes, so it's not
some
bad
good timings as well now, though. You hit level 12 on Exilern. He's also got the Aghanim Shard for himself. So I was talking about, you know, how you're actually going to be able to stop this Brewmaster from having effectiveness in team fights. So if you can get the chain silencers off, that's pretty nice. Although this Roshan, those Mass Serpent Wards so damn effective against it with the damage type. But smoke coming out. They do it. Did it underneath a ward, I believe.
It's gonna have to all be on Jiaoyu. Are they gonna fight after this? They're still very healthy on the side of Talon. Hyde gonna be the first target into the backlines. 23 Savage goes. He's gonna be fine. Got the Manta. Hyde not even dead just yet. Jiaoyu will finally finish the job, but now he's getting locked down. They've already lost Bonbon. So their offlane 1-2 both gone, and well, at least Deuce is farming, but Talon's still continuing to dominate the map.
Yeah, doing their best to try and create space. Again, the Pango was able to get that kill solo, so he refreshes his Spirit Vessel charges, which is important, but and now obviously so much less so now that you've got the Aegis of the Immortal available on the Morphling. And would you even call the Morphling the true carry this game, or would you call it the Lina? It feels like in terms of what you're actually able to do to the Medusa, it's going to be the Lina dealing with it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the damage in terms of killing Medusa in these fights is from Lina. And so Mikoto does go kind of back for the farming item. No big surprise. Picks up the BOTs. Is Savage still thinking about this? Looks like maybe he's not thinking about the diffuse anymore. He's actually just going straight into the sky.
Don't hate it. I mean, it's always going to be very effective against an Io, against a Medusa, even the Quap, right? So many heroes that...
Are we going to see what the panel was asking for, which is just 23 Savage playing as Medusa this game? Just buy Dusa items and then get Ags, and then just be Dusa but better.
Seems nice to me.
Could be okay. We'll just have to wait and see. Poor Excellent.
Finally getting a decent neutral item for himself as the Quicksilver Amulet looks to come out. Very frequent that he's going to have that the secondary active available as well. Typically wants to use the Morph on cooldown. Even just looking to use the Relocate to farm a little bit more. They have vision of this happening though on Talon, so I wonder if once this is expended, they're just going to look to make a fight, or maybe even before then.
Yeah, they're coming back to camp it out. Jai, you're going to be forced into the role a little bit early here as Q poking his head up onto the high ground. Looking for that kill. Roger now getting gone on. Just going to tether away to the support. Piranha survives. Savage comes in for a little bit of a poke. Looks like they will not be too punished for this. MKS does still have a TP to get back, so he can kind of chill out here, keep this bottom wave pushed out, and grab a little bit of additional farm. But
putting pressure on tier 2.
Putting the pressure on. Yeah. Let's look at the Aegis for another 2.5 minutes. So no reason why not. They saw the Rolling Thunder used as well, and that's by far the strongest hero team fight wise for RSG currently. So there we go.
Doesn't end up securing them the tier 2, but still it's a decent amount of space for the Lina to continue to look to farm. What she got now, the Chrysalis available. Very nice, just to be able to dish out a lot of that consistent damage in a lot of these engagements. Well, might not be the tier 2 mid, but tier 1 top, just as valuable. They really want to look to set themselves up inside the RSG side of the map, claim the triangle, and forces MKS to be up here on the enemy side of the map, where he doesn't really have that same level of impact if they're looking to make an aggressive move.
How damage heavy do you think you can get away with on this game? Like, can he go straight up Daedalus now? Do we need to start? Is Silver Edge still on the cards? When does Satanic need to come out? What's the vibe?
I think Silver Edge is still fine, right? Like, you can have the Shadow Shaman, once he picks up the Blink Dagger, can look to join you in a lot of these gank attempts, because you know exactly where MKS wants to be, right? He wants to be cooped up on the side of the map that Talon isn't putting pressure on, so any kind of rotations with that Boots of Travel and the Shadow Shaman Blink Dagger are probably going to result in a kill.
Both teams looking for some kind of opportunity around mid. Q with the Vendetta, RSG with the smoke, but neither one going to find anything that they're really happy with. A lot of just shoving the side lanes, you know, playing around the BOTs, playing around the relocate. So back to mid now for Talon. They do have the snakes back up in 25 seconds. Hyde is only level 8 currently. This poor Shadow Shaman has just not lived through any fights and hasn't really been doing a whole lot of farming, so having a bit of a rough one. But he's got his disables maxed out, so you know, he's not
That's
doing
the
too
important
bad.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, they end up taking that tier 2 tower eventually. Still got 20 seconds left on the Aegis. And looks like they just want to continue to consolidate what Savage has been able to claim so far. He's farming the ultimate orb in his back.
They're looking to KP, but he gets the primal split off here, so this is a very awkward team fight. Roll doing very little, primal split doing very little. Who's going to get the better of the Regoose here is the real question. MKS walking in. They're looking towards this Earth Panda. He doesn't have the Ags just yet, so we'll be coming back
Aegis
there.
gone.
Yeah, Aegis is being reclaimed. Got to be a little bit careful. Hyde's going to put his life on the line. Double silence on the two supports, and they're just going to get focused down immediately in the back line. They're also catching out 23 Savage and just looking to bring him down. Makoto not really able to connect properly into this team fight, and now KP just going to go for the TP out. RSG, they hold
Savage
strong.
Die?
Yeah, I don't know. He just... What did he get stunned by?
The Stone Gaze. He looked into the Stone Gaze.
I guess he stared at the Medusa a little bit too long. That was that. It wasn't even... Yeah. Did he get terrorized? I have no idea.
Maybe he wanted to, like, counter-initiate a little bit onto the Queen of Pain when she made an aggressive move to kill the supports. So Q, once again, wasn't able to pop the Spike Carapace and able to just clean up the kill there on Exilone with the blink in. And that'll get him his own BKB as well.
He's having such a rough game, but that was a really nice play. The double blink forward silence, clean up the 2 supports.
He's a hero now, at least, right? Like,
Yes.
He's got BKB, he's level 15, he's got all of his spells maxed out. He just wants to be probably a little bit of this split pushing menace, right? Like, sure, late game, the Lina is scary against the Medusa, but you just have to think of, like, what does another 3,000 net worth mean to this Quap versus what does another 3,000 net worth mean to this Lina? It feels like it matters so much more for the Quap, so you're happy to just kind of drag this game out a little bit because the relative effectiveness for the Quap is so much higher.
It is a scary game to split push against the Shaman Nyx, and now also they've got the Shadow Blade on the Lina, but I totally agree with you. He naturally needs to be the one keeping the top lane pushed out, grabbing the little bit of additional farm that he can there. Hopefully get into some more items, because like you said, that marginal benefit is going to be huge. And it does feel like, RSG stabilizing a little bit. This Brewmaster is not really taking over the game. I do think, does KP have his Ags now? Yeah, okay, he does. So this is like Brewmaster's biggest power spike. So let's see if they can make something happen with it.
I mean, they've got that. They've got the full Silver Edge. They have a quick Silver Amulet delivered to Makoto as well. He's level 20, so he's got the Fiery Soul Stack talent. Oh, very nice by Savage there to be able to dodge out that. And, well, they absolutely, if they're able to survive this, are going to look to go for a team fight. Fresh use out of the Silver Edge means he's going to get away. And, can they even get a stun here?
Right, Q looking to pincer in from the side. Okay, doesn't want to get too close. KP gonna pop split number 1 and just start chasing forward. Can they get any kind of a catch? They've got the Dark Willow over in the trees, in the Shadow Realm for the time being. This Deuce is just standing your ground and killing off the Pandas, however. You get the stun onto Makoto, but he cleans up the kill. And now MKS standing his ground in the middle of this fight. They're gonna look for the reload out. Can they actually get it in time? They can hide. Not quite able to keep him shackled there. Exlorn gets the BKB off, but he is not gonna live through that. Gem immediately getting claimed off of that, and KP keeps the chase going with his secondary primal split. And he will be able to get the blink away from the Pango.
So slippery.
Survives, but Makoto is just standing here, dishing out all the damage, not even forced to use the BKB.
Radiant's middle tower.
They have the Glyph available, not sure if they want to pop it for the tier 2. Obviously, a Deucer defending high ground is a very scary prospect. So any additional benefit that you can get is nice. Oh, Link Dagger coming out for the Medusa, really wanting to be able to target some of those backlines.
Like we were talking about earlier, this is your only hope of ever killing the Lina, I think, is if you have to get right on top of her. Otherwise, she's just gonna dish out 50 auto attacks before you can even get close. Roshan number 2 is going to be going the way of Talon. A little bit of convenient timing for them. I think it was a relatively early respawn there.
Hyde gets the shard, so now he can even farm up a little bit more for himself. You mentioned before him being level 8.
Yeah, nice.
Well, now he can just toss it into a neutral camp or into a creep wave and run away. Let the Serpent Wards do the work.
I think he's going to be very happy about that. Q is very farmed, in fact. He's 800 gold. Yeah, he's 800 gold away from a full Ags. So there you go. I don't know where he's found all of that money, but he's certainly done it. And RSG, well, all hopes just kind of lie on the Medusa at this point, and her ability to... And you can look at MKS and you could even see that he's like, look, I've only got so much time this game. This isn't a game where Dusa is going to get, 6 slotted on stat items and just sit there and kill everybody. He's looking towards the Daedalus, he's looking towards the Swiftling, looking at the BKB, knows that, look, I got to get in there and I got to kill this Lina in the duration of Stone Gaze or whatever.
Oh, they might run into each other while RSG is split.
He only has the one split. So yeah, RSG gotta be a little bit careful. Roger, if he gets focused on here, won't be able to go for the reload out. Blink away from MKS. Makoto just dealing with these supports, no problem whatsoever. At least they make the space for their Deucer to get out of there. RSG just
it really feels like that Banter style is not going to be all that effective in a lot of these team fights, right? It's basically just a Spirit Vessel Dispeller. And beyond that, you've just got a Brewmaster who's going to use the Wind Panda's Dispel Magic every single time. And that's just going to completely eliminate any presence that those illusions are going to provide.
they're very much not useful for me in this game. And RSG trying to stay on the map, but the net is slowly being closed around them by Talon. They pushed in top, and now they're making some cross-map plays. Q, Xiaoyu trying to get this gem back if he can, but this is a tanky Nyx Assassin, and he's got the Essence Ring as well to boot. So, just going to be forced to TP out on the Pango.
I don't know, Q, how did it happen?
Yeah.
Only brings in 50 gold away from the Axe as well, which is going to be a nice little bonus for him. You've also got 100 gold away from the Blink Dagger for Shadow Shaman. He could very easily just drop the Mass Serpent Wards here if he wanted to. I think like Lena's super capable of just taking it on her own though. No need.
Yeah, I think his two cores have plenty of damage in this spot. And they are just fully in control of the map, fully in control of the game. Aegis still up for another 2 minutes. Maybe if they can wait out the Aegis and then get another fight like the one where they just popped Savage unawares, then they could have some kind of a chance here. Xiaoyu, the roll-up is helping, but that is a lot of damage from Makoto.
You can kind of tell the Talon are in two minds right now. Like, they want to use this Aegis to the most of their ability. It's only got 2 minutes left on it, but Savage is 700 gold away from the BKB. He wants that. He wants his level 20 as well for the waveform attacks targets, and want to be able to make use of this Mass Serpent Wards too, just to be able to push the high ground. So if they can get a pick on the outside, that's a bonus for them. Well, there it is. That might just be the impetus that they need to say, you know what, forget the BKB, let's just push this high ground.
Yep. Kind of loosely showing 4 heroes near the base. Klopp feeling like, oh, I just got to buy a little bit more time on this Aegis. And, even using another relocate just for some farm. I do love the way that RSG have been playing the Dire Triangle this game, just to keep the Medusa's farm going. I think that's been really important. But, high ground we shall go. Talon are looking for it. Makoto doesn't have a whole lot of mana left.
They're even kind of like bullying 2 lanes at once, right? Savage off to the side, making sure to push in the top lane. He's got his BKB coming out to him, so he'll have that by the time that the Aegis is reclaimed. And Stone Gate's used. A little bit of lockdown on 23 Savage. Got to be careful, but he does still have the Aegis for another 40 seconds, so he's going to be okay. Makoto also getting Stone Gazed up here. A couple of crits could do the job, but Q with the stuns right here in the middle of the team fight, just locking down everybody. Beautiful work from him. Now lockdown onto Xiaoyu. He gets hexed. Triple kill from Makoto. Beyond godlike, and they're just going straight forward here, Danog. Yeah, on the sheer force, they are going to pop KP, but Excellent. Can you even TP out here? He can't. Nope. It was a nice attempt, but looking like this is just going to be it. They're throwing all the buybacks that they have into it, but I think RSG know the way that this one's going. They'll be dropping their first game of the entire season of the DPC, so not something a lot of people were expecting. They were expecting them to maybe go 14-0, but 13-1 now, and we've still got a game number 3 to come. It really did feel like that Lina was just the perfect counter pick for the mid lane. I was kind of expecting, you know, maybe the Ember Spirit, who was still in the pool, just to provide that little bit of extra lockdown that they might need, but it really felt like KP had the capability to have a free game. Waffling, good response to the Deucer, and Lina, good response to basically everything that they had in the entire game. And that's not even to discount the supports. I thought that Q, with his stack blocking, did an amazing job as well.
Yeah, they were just a step behind in the draft, I think a step behind in the laning stage, and tried to bring it back with some cute plays, but what can you do when your mid's getting doubled up like that? So, anyway, that is game number 2 in the books. Make sure you stick around, folks, because we've got game number 3 coming your way in just a couple of minutes.